What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to After the Snap. I'm your host. I am Tasha Pierce. Today is Saturday, thus, that means that we're going to wrap up this week's entertainment news. And it was like a semi productive week in entertainment news because this week was the television upfronts for 2022. So we're going to talk about that some. We're also going to talk about it's mostly stuff that we learned from the Disney. I mean, not from the just the Disney upfronts, gosh, from the television upfronts. But Disney did steal the show as it pertains to the upfronts this year. Disney, I mean, most years, but Disney stole the show because we are not just talking about uh, television now. We're talking about the streamers as well. So Disney Plus said, well, you know what? We're gonna kick the door in on this thing. Um, as you can see from my title, who understood the assignment and who needed to do a little bit more work. We're gonna talk about that as well. It's also been a very tragic and sad week. Lots in the United States, particularly, lots of just unprecedented violence going on in the United States. It's terrible. It's been touched from each region of this of this great country has been touched by violence, but we are here gonna keep the peace. And we're not for this violent stuff. We're gonna keep the peace here and talk about some of the things that we enjoy as far as entertainment is concerned. So, without any further ado, we're going to get things started. What's up, Davina? Davina Lark. How does it go today, sis? Oh shoot. I think it looks a little different in here, and you could tell me, Davina, it looks different because I got that light down super low because I'm like, I want to do this, but at the same time I have a splitting headache. So I'm like, you know what? I can't have that bright light sitting dead in my face like that. So if you are normal, and then my cats are going to pull, stop it. This cat go pull over this partition. Um, if you guys like it better with this more intimate lighting, let me know. Get out of here, Grudge. I might have to put my cats out, y'all. So we gonna see. Oh, you're in Texas at a bowling tournament. Okay. Well, I mean, not congratulations. Good luck. I'm saying congratulations. So congratulations and good luck. Hopefully everything goes in y'all favor. Oh, okay. Good. Thank you, D. Thank you. uh, so these upfronts, the television upfronts. This is TV's big week or big event where they get to display everything that they got new coming out in the near future. And it was some big announcements made. I was surprised that some of the networks, especially just the regular television networks, didn't have a whole lot to present, but the ones that did understood the assignment. So, um, and I had to giggle because D told me I got my shoulder out. I'm just gonna shake my shimmy a little, shake my shimmy. So yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Disney. I keep saying Disney upfronts, and the reason why I keep saying Disney upfronts is because they showed out. Disney showed out, but Disney, yeah, Disney complete the complete streaming service showed out for this event. But let's just keep it kosher. We're going to talk first and foremost about um, some of the things that we learned the uh, at the big event. Let's see. One of the first things I'd like to share is y'all know. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you. I am a Star Trek aficionado. I love Star Trek in all of its iterations, even the ones I don't like, I love. Okay. So, you guys, if you have been following me, you know that I have been covering extensively the new Star Trek show, which is called Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and it has been a wonderful callback to the original series. So, and I'm saying a callback to it because we were introduced to these characters in the pilot episode of the original series. So that's first and foremost. And then secondly, it's invoking that same feeling that we had when watching the original series, meaning it's not serialized. Each one of these episodes can stand on its own, and if you want to watch it as a whole story, that works too. But you can watch any episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds and fall right into, the right into what the series is all about. I'm talking about Strange New Worlds because we have found out that Strange New Worlds is the number one streaming show since its premiere, and we're only on episode 2. Now we also know that it is the top rated show on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics of any Star Trek, and I'm thinking we're looking at like 98% or something crazy like that. So congratulations to Star Trek: Strange New Worlds for boldly going. And also Paramount Plus, congratulations to them for putting out this excellent series. Paramount might have been one of the few networks that I think understood the assignment when it came to talking about what they were bringing out as far as new content. They understood the assignment, and they are coming out. Of course, they were touting Strange New Worlds and all of the other Star Trek that they have coming, that are, that are not new, but that are still returning. Then they also have been leaning heavily into Yellowstone. So we know Yellowstone was the Kevin Costner kind of cowboy Western series. They came out with 1883 this past year, and now they are telling us that it's also going to be 1932. We're going to get 1932, which is going to be starring Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Now, I don't know how that's going to work. It is another prequel. It is a sequel to the prequel, but a prequel to the original series. So that makes sense. If that makes sense to you, then congratulations. But I think Paramount is understanding the assignment because when you have winners, certified winners in your catalog, such as your Star Treks, then you lean into those types of franchises and then create new ones. So with Yellowstone's success, they're leaning heavily into their westerns and around this area of uh you say in this area of the world where they are, gosh, because D to put something on here and and I saw it out the corner of my eye. Oh, I'm a re-say it. Yellowstone is the original series of the Yellowstone franchise. Now 1883 was a prequel to that original series, Yellowstone. Now 1932 is going to be a sequel to the prequel, but also a prequel to Yellowstone. Now, I don't know if that makes sense, and I can't explain it no slower. Oh gosh. So if you guys if you guys are interested in Yellowstone and interested in the Western type series, Paramount got you covered. So Paramount, thank you. You understood the assignment. You gave us 2 excellent entries. Also, let me tell y'all about some network TV stuff, because I rarely talk about network TV because I don't watch network TV. I only watch streamers. So my channel kind of focuses on the streaming side of things, but some of the regular networks have some interesting things coming out, and of course, we know many of these regular networks tie in to a streaming service. So, for instance, CBS is Paramount Plus. We know that we are getting a True Lies series. Now, True Lies is going to be based on that 1994 action movie that starred Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was about that kind of bored housewife, and she finds out that her husband, who she thought was just this boring computer worker, was actually an international spy, and danger ensues. Danger, Will Robinson. So danger ensues, and I love that movie. That was like one of my favorite movies in the 90s. So I'm wondering how we're going to get a series out of it. I'm wondering, but I'm here for it. I might check it out. It's coming on CBS, and you'll probably be able to catch it on Paramount Plus as well. Then we have Fox. Now, Fox has got a couple that I'm really interested in. And Fox, you might be able to find some of their stuff on Hulu. I think that's probably the best place as far as streaming goes. But it's called Accused, and it's coming from Sony Pictures, Fox Entertainment. It's based on a BBC crime anthology. And let me tell you, um, the BBC is inspiring an awful lot of, we won't call it new content, but we'll call it like the little reboots of a franchise from the BBC. So Accused is based on a BBC crime anthology. It's coming from the defendant's point of view, and we are blind moving into this to the series each episode, because each episode a different person is going to be put on trial, and we don't necessarily know what their crime, what they have been accused of, uh, or any of this, how they found themselves being put on trial. So I like that. I like that thought. That sounds like it's going to be a good one. So Fox, that is one of the ones that I think would be worth watching. Then, of course, NBC, which is Peacock, is going to be rolling out Quantum Leap. And we don't know an awful lot. You know what Quantum Leap was. It was kind of a timey-wimey, jumping from one time period to another type of show. This is going to be coming on NBC and or Peacock. Then we got the CW. I'm kind of confused about the CW, because I know that they're being sold, and I know that they have canceled a lot of their superhero fare. And most of the superhero fare, of course, was coming from DC. But I'm noticing that on their upfront, they say that they're going to come out with a DC-based show called Gotham Knights. We've been hearing about this show. It is going to be in the aftermath of the murder of Bruce Wayne. And then his adopted son is going to team up with the children of the Batman's rogues gallery of villains to find out who killed Bruce Wayne / Batman. Also, the CW is coming out with the Winchesters. That is a prequel to the Supernatural series that recently ended, maybe a year or two ago. Supernatural ended. This prequel is going to pick up and tell the story of how things got the way they did with the Winchesters. So if you are interested in any of those things, congratulations. They will be coming out at some point this fall. These are things that are in the very near future. They're not putting anything out that is coming out in years that you're going to have to wait. You're not going to have to wait very long for these new series. I got a new one of those filters. D, I know you got this cup as well. I got a new one, and it ain't new. I've had it, but I just ain't never tried it. It's the mocha iced coffee. And the only reason I don't want to drink this so much is because it's caffeinated, and I really don't need caffeine at 3:30. But I'm going to drink this iced coffee just to see what it tastes like. It does taste like iced coffee. I probably should have put a little bit colder water. I like my water room temperature. I don't like cold water. So, but it does. It really, really invokes that. It really has that iced coffee taste. Let me see. You can turn it up. I'm gonna turn it up and let me get myself a little bit more. You had that iced coffee thing too, D. You liked it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I just don't want to. I don't want to be up all. Well, I'm gonna be up anyway, but I really want to get some kind of sleep. And then I'm eating craisins. I like craisins. Okay, moving on. We found out also Disney Plus, like I said, understood the assignment. Disney Plus gets an A for their presentation at at the upfronts. They get an A plus. We are finding that we got so much to look forward to, even besides the things that we knew about already. They are also announcing new things. One of the things we learned when Kevin Feige did his presentation at Upfront is that Loki was the most watched Marvel series on Disney Plus. So congratulations, Loki. Um, it was well done. I think personally, I liked. Okay, we can go. Personally, I liked WandaVision and Moon Knight are probably my top tier, and then was Loki. But the audience is not just comprised of me. The audience has spoken. The audience says Loki is the series to watch. So, you know, all of the series were well done, but some were better, just a tad bit in some ways better than others. Loki was very good, and WandaVision to me was absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. And I guess the more I think about it, when it starts to lean into where we are diving into a character's mental health, I guess that does resonate more with me. And that is probably why I liked WandaVision, because Wanda was going through the stages of grief right in our face on this series. And then Moon Knight, of course, is dealing with dissociative identity disorder, which is formerly known as multiple personalities. Moon Knight also dealing with mental health. I enjoy those. I enjoyed. And why is this piece of hair? Okay. I enjoyed those two series the most. But Loki was fantastic as well. What else do we need to know about? You know what? One of the things one of the things that we also learned, or we also got from Upfront, was She-Hulk. We got the trailer. And let me tell you, there has been a lot of conversation around this trailer. I'm going to say I'm intrigued by the premise of She-Hulk, but this CGI that they have done with the character, because Tatiana Maslany is not big and green. She's not 6 foot, what is it, 6'9" or 7'4", however tall the She-Hulk is supposed to be. She's not that big. So this is a CGI character, but she just looked so spooky that I just couldn't get past it. And I don't like the way they rendered her. Now, this series is coming out August, I believe it was August 17th. So by it coming out August 17th, they have plenty of time to fine tune the CGI. But this just it really bothered me. Really, it did. I did not like it. Uh, so we're gonna see if my mind changes between now and the premiere of She-Hulk in August. Um, we know that She-Hulk is going to be those 30-minute long episodes. It's going to be like a kind of a crime procedural or a courtroom procedural type show. And yeah, we know that Jennifer Walters, also known as the She-Hulk, is a cousin of Bruce Banner. And I think I'm supposed to be saving this. I'm not going to talk about all of her backstory. I'm going to save that for a Marvel University. If you didn't know, that's something new I've started. I think I'm not going to do those live streams, though I am going to start recording the Marvel University, where we go into a character that we're going to see soon, or possibly see soon, and we're going to dive into the history of that character and their biography, what we can expect out of that character when they hit our screens. So look forward to that. And also, I look forward to hopefully changing my mind about She-Hulk. Now, we also got big news that they are going to start a new Daredevil series. A new Daredevil series is coming to Disney Plus, and a lot of people were concerned. Oh, but they take it to Disney, and it won't have its violence, the more mature content. But Disney's like, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you, and they put all of those shows on Disney Plus. All of the shows that left Netflix and are now part of the Disney catalog, they're all on Disney Plus. So you can watch Luke Cage, you can watch Iron Fist, you can watch Punisher, you can watch Daredevil. All of these series are now available behind a parental block on Disney Plus. So yay. So I'm looking forward to this new Daredevil series. And I know that I had more information. Let me see. What else did I have about the Disney Plus series? I mean, the Daredevil series. I know I had something and I can't see. It is currently in the works. It will be created by Matt Corman and Chris Ord. They're going to write and executive produce. And we've been waiting for this for some time. We know that we're going to get Charlie Cox back as Daredevil. We're going to get Vincent D'Onofrio back as a Kingpin. And yeah, so Marvel is not going to, Marvel keeps everything close to the vest. They're not going to tell us too much more about their project, but we do know that it's coming. So yeah. Now, Davina is saying she wants more Luke Cage. I haven't heard of anything being in development, but we will keep our eye on that property to see when they'll start bringing something back. Maybe if they will have something new as far as Luke Cage and all of them, Jessica Jones, all of them, except for I think it was the one that nobody really, I can't say nobody liked, but a lot of people had a problem with Iron Fist, I think. Yeah, that might be the only one that doesn't have a lot of demand behind it. Everybody else, they want those characters back. Now Disney also just unleashed on us about Star Wars. So if you are a Star Wars fan, congratulations. There is a lot of television coming your way. Including what do you call it? A mystery. We don't know what it's about or anything. We don't have a title for this thing. It's a mystery series, and it's supposed to be a coming of age series, which means it's gonna like give you the feelings behind E.T., Gremlins, The Goonies. It's set in a galaxy far, far away, of course. And it is going to be written and directed. Wait a minute. No, it's going to be directed by John Watts, who gave us the Spider-Man Homecoming. And the writer is going to be Chris Ford. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be set after the Return of the Jedi and the Fall of the Empire. And then it's in the same period as The Mandalorian. So That's something to look forward to. But then also, we got Andor coming, which is said to be debuting on Disney Plus in late summer 2022. So we got like maybe August at the latest. And I'm telling you, there's a lot to be excited about. They're telling us that Diego Luna is reprising his Rogue One character of Cassian Andor in an examination of his backstory. Is set during the height of the Empire and begins with the destruction of Andor's homeworld. And now Luna himself has described this series as the journey of a migrant. That feeling of having to move is behind the story, and it's going to shape him as a person. It defines him in so many ways in what you're willing to do. So I am excited because Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars movie. So this series that's picking up one of the characters out of Rogue One, to me, is like, that's right, it's barking right up my tree. I hope they do this with other characters from that Rogue One movie. I hope so, because those, spoiler alert, the characters in Rogue One pretty much sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. And so we can't get any further stories, but I do want to know how those characters came to be in the positions that they were in during the events of Rogue One. What else? Oh, of course, uh, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, their relationship between Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they say that this is kind of like a love story. And it's a love story because these two men were really good friends. One was a mentor to the other. And then you watch your good friend turn to the dark side. It's got to be a heart-wrenching experience, because now that the person that you knew and loved, your friend, is gone. He gone. Can't bring him back. The only thing that you're going to have from this point is the memories, and those memories can be painful, knowing that he's alive, but he's not even the same person anymore. So I'm looking forward to May, what is it, 27th, next week. I'm looking forward to next week when we get Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very much looking forward to it. And then finally, yeah, I told you it was a lot of Star Wars news that came up out of that thing. Finally, the Acolyte. The Acolyte. It is going to be starring Amanda Stenberg, being created by Leslie Headland, and the series is set about a century before the Phantom Menace. And the driving questions behind it include: how did things get to this point? How do we get to a point where a Sith Lord can infiltrate the Senate and none of the Jedi pick up on it? Like, what went wrong? What are the scenarios that led us to this moment? I am very excited to learn how these things happened, how they were allowed to happen, how the Jedi got so complacent that something like this could happen. So yeah, The Acolyte is a mystery thriller, and it takes place during a prosperous and seemingly peaceful period of time that she describes as the Renaissance, or the Age of Enlightenment, when Jedis were more cloistered on high, set apart from the world, and they weren't getting into skirmishes and the such. So, as always, if you want to know where I'm getting my information, all links pertinent to the articles that I use are in the episode notes of wherever you're watching this, or you can go, wherever you're watching it, you can look in the show notes. Yeah, I'm still eating cranberries. Another big piece of news that came from Disney now. As soon as I find it. I'm sorry, I gotta find my prompt. It's the XFL. Okay, so that's Dwayne Johnson and his wife. I believe her name is Danny Garcia Johnson. Um, they are collaborating on bringing the XFL back because we know that this has been a beleaguered league where it'll come and go. At one point, I think the Vince McMahon owned it. Now it's in the hands of uh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson and his group. Well, Disney is going to be airing those games. So not Disney Plus per se. Disney encompasses a lot of things. Disney encompasses, Fox. Disney encompasses ABC, Disney Plus, Hulu. All of those things are under the Disney umbrella, and they have signed a deal that Disney gets the rights to televise all of the XFL games. So that's a good partnership to have with not only for Disney to be carrying the games, of course, but to be partnered with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, because again, I say it kind of often, he puts the booties in them chairs. So if you've got a relationship, an ongoing relationship, then you might see more collaborations in movies with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and that is lucrative for everybody involved. I'm going to pull this article real quick so I can tell you exactly what else this deal entails. I don't want to misspeak. So Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia announced that Disney will carry all XFL games when Spring League returns in 2023. So Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia took the stage at Disney's Upfront presentation to announce a carriage deal for all 43 of the XFL's games when the Spring Pro Football League returns in 2023. We've entered into an exclusive multi-year deal with our partners, the Walt Disney Company, to produce and distribute all of our games. I forgot, ABC, ESPN is also under the Disney. ESPN is also under the Disney umbrella. FX as well. They're going to be airing all of the games. Johnson called the XFL the League of Passion, the League of Pride, the League of Culture. And they acquired the XFL, Johnson and Garcia, with other investors after the league went through a bankruptcy proceeding. That's from when the CEO and WWE founder Vince McMahon bankrolled the return of the league. It was resurrected after a 20-year absence, but soon it came back at around the time of COVID. And that just like that, So the league's revival is going to be perfectly timed for football fans who want the thrill of more touchdowns following the end of college and the NFL season. And I'm wondering how many of the former NFL players, how many more are going to cross over into the XFL? And I'm not talking about the ones who are currently playing. I'm talking about the retired ones or the ones who didn't get picked up by any team. This is an excellent opportunity for them to play the game, if that's what it is. And if they love the game like that, come on back, play the game. I know we saw Terrell Owens and a few other people do it. I just wonder how many more will be willing to come into the XFL, because especially with The Rock and his wife behind it, sounds like a no-brainer to me. Come back, that man, because The Rock ain't gonna run out of no money no time soon. So come on back, and we're going to, I guess, keep an eye on this and see if this might be how I can make my return to the NFL. Like I stopped watching it for various reasons, and my reasons are pretty much because we're good enough to play the sport, but you don't want us to have opinions. That's a problem. But I never have tried to talk anybody else out of watching it. watch the games, enjoy the games. I'm not gonna get no enjoyment, but I might get some enjoyment out of the XFL, right? Davina says, "Yeah, I remember Vince was over that. So I'm wondering if Kaepernick will be able to play. That was one of the players who I had my now Kaepernick uh, seems like he's really hung up where he wants to play in the NFL. He wants another shot in the NFL, and I guess I understand that's where the big money is. But if it's for the love of the game, come on, play in XFL, throw touchdowns, get eyes on this new league. Well, it's not a new league, but get eyes on this league, and make it profitable. Make it make sense for you to come back and play in this league. I've heard about Vic as well. Yes. So I mean, and again, uh, he's another sore spot. But I didn't. It wasn't enough for me to walk away from the sport. But the way he was treated when he came back from after he did the really stupid thing that he did, and he served his time. After he came back, people still want to judge him based upon a crime that he has atoned for. So that was the beginning of the cancel thing, and then now here we are. The shit is all contagious. Anywho, so yeah, let me see now the Oscars, and I know we jumping all over the place because that's the way my mind works. Sorry, the Oscars. While COVID was in the heights of making people sick all over the world, the Oscars changed their rules for movies to be considered for an Oscar, right? But now it's like we're going back to the old things, in the old ways for being considered for an Oscar is all movies must premiere first in theaters for 7 days to be considered. So you have to follow all of the other rules, but you also have to make sure that your film is going to be in movies or in the theaters for 7 days before going to any streamer or anything else. That makes well, I guess that's important because the streamers now, if like Netflix, any Apple TV, anybody, if you want your movie to be a contender for an Academy Award, you're going to have to put it in theaters. That does two things for me. To me, it gets more eyes on that movie because, as we talked about over the last few weeks, there are so many streaming services that there are some people who are not going to see a movie because they don't have the streaming service that it comes on. But if you have to release these big movies that you believe are worthy for the consideration of an Academy Award, if you have to release it into the theaters, it gets more eyes on those movies. So that's one thing, okay? And then thing number two, it puts people back in the theaters. Now, again, everybody is not going to go to the movie to see everything, but if there is a movie that is speaking to you on some level, you're going to go to the movies to see it. And if that movie is let me see, I see what D put over here. If that movie is for the consideration of an Academy Award, I think the public should be able to see that movie. A lot of times we don't get to see all of the movies because some of the movies come out in film festivals. Some of them are only playing at limited theaters. So yeah, I think we should have those movies come for our consideration as well. Davina's asking, wasn't there an issue that these smaller movies aren't getting enough screens? And that's a part of it. The art house movies, like even okay, we can dig to a movie like the movie that I loved so much last year, Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho. It's not going to get a super wide release. If you really want to see it, you're going to go to a movie theater, one of the art house theaters. But Davina is right. They don't get an awful lot of screens. But if you want your movie to be considered for an Academy Award, even if it's only getting 100 screens, or maybe one screen, or maybe 10 screens, as long as you put it there, they can't turn you down, and that to me, for the creator, the directors, the people who are doing the work behind the camera, the cinematography, the actors, if they want their work to be considered, 7 days in the theater is probably uh, not a bad deal. Yeah, see, Davina was like, she hears some of these movies at the Oscars and wonder where the hell was that playing, because we don't get that stuff. This is why one of my biggest ambitions, probably on my 5-year goal list, besides hopefully depending on how well I do, besides going to college for film studies, I also want to be a part of these film festivals. And there are so many. Like right now, we're looking at cons. Um, that is where you get to see an international mix of the films that are coming out. Some of the movies that we see in theaters, we think, oh, this is fantastic. It should be nominated for an Oscar. But we feel that way because we haven't seen the other movies that were nominated for Oscars. And sometimes, we can understand, okay, I can understand how this got snubbed, because that film that was just only came out on 2 screens as an art house movie, that film was just beautiful and excellent and well directed and all that other good stuff. So yeah, those are some of I want to go to college for film studies, and I do want to be done before I'm 55 years old, which means I need to get started real soon. And the second thing is, I do want to attend uh, a lot of the film festivals. I want to be a part of that energy. So there's that. What else? I don't have an awful lot. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. I'm gonna do something messy, which I don't normally do. I'm gonna talk about this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard type ish. Davina said, "Cool. What's cool? Oh, because I got goals, girl. Yeah, I got goals. I've been talking about it uh, with the Dilla daughter-in-law, and she goes to Texas Southern, and she was like, "Yeah, you go to Texas Southern. I'll make sure you get there." And I don't go too many places, so I'm like, I need to see. I can see if I can take a lot of the core courses online, and then if I'm doing a little bit better, then I'll go, on campus. Um, yeah, this Johnny Depp mess is just a hot effing mess. But the reason why I'm bringing it up, it is a mess, is because we know that well, number one, Amber Heard stars alongside Jason Momoa in what's the name of the movie? Aquaman. There's a sequel to Aquaman. It was supposed to be coming out in December. They have pushed that till next year in, I believe, June. And she's saying that she's not 100% sure that her appearance in this film is safe. And I'm saying this. If they take her out of this movie, I wouldn't be mad at them, because I don't know if you're watching this. I'm only like cursory watching. I'm not like watching the entire proceedings. But some of the things, I'm like, it's very obvious to me. And I've said this before when I spoke about this Johnny Depp Amber Heard mess. It's quite obvious to me that they were in a mutually destructive relationship. Like both of them were a hot MFing mess in this relationship. As far as what we can tell based on what both of them say and based upon what others say. Now, some people will say that she was very abusive to Johnny Depp, and then others will say, well, he was on drugs and he was abusive emotionally and all of that to her. This is a codependent, horrible relationship. These are two people who were toxic to one another. So he lost money. He got taken out of movies. So it would only be fair if she was taken out of her big bread winning movie. When you play, and I always say, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And this was a stupid game. This was a publicity grab on her behalf, because he never came out and said she used to abuse me. He knows that they were both abusive to one another. She came out. She wanted sympathy. She wanted to join in the conversation, the Me Too, the all of this. I was abused. She wanted that. And now it's being found out. We're finding out that you were a piece of crap in this relationship yourself. Well, then I say, get your comeuppance, lose a little money. Let me see. It's really stupid. Yeah, it's really stupid that they are taking it to this. She said, I survived that man and I'm here. But to be honest, she's an actress. She did put on a hell of a show on the stand. She's an actress. And then Davina, here we go. I'm gonna let her words say it for you. When someone pooped in the bed, it should have been over. It's her turn to lose something. And guess what? This happens to the common folks too. Yep. If you in a mutually abusive relationship, you can't start to yell victim. Especially when you have at your disposal the income, the influence that Amber Heard and a Johnny Depp have, it's easier. Maybe not easier mentally, but when so many of the women who common, as Davina says, common folks, when women are abused, sometimes the biggest thing that's stopping them, besides just the mental parts of it, is the financial parts of it. And they don't have that to worry about. You can leave. Yeah, you might have to downsize, you might have to downgrade, but if you feel so unsafe, why would you care? Just leave. So Davida said people are not going to want you in their establishments when you acting a damn fool. Exactly. You're not acting, you're acting that's who they really are. The acting is what they do on screen, right? Who they really are comes out when they go to these establishments and they're high and or drunk or whatever, or just sociopathic. They could just be that, huh? So yeah, it's just to me it's a they were mutually abusive. And I don't think that I think that it's possible that they were both very, very bad to each other. Yeah, I don't really want to. I don't have too much more to talk about it. It's just that if this movie is being held up, and we know that what the WB said, we know that they said, okay, Aquaman is being held up because during the pandemic, the VFX teams couldn't do the uh the virtual effect, I mean, the visual effects, because COVID. Okay, we got it. We understand that that could be an excuse for why you guys are pushing this movie, or you could have been pushing it because you wanted to see what happens with this situation, so you can get her the f about your movie. Because a lot of people are, especially Johnny Depp's little fan clubs, a lot of people are saying, I'm not going to see this movie if Amber Heard is in it. Now, me, I was like, well, shit, the movie's done. And it was. I'm like, the movie done. Shit, she in it. It's done. But if they're holding off on this movie because they want to cut all her parts out, she also said that she almost lost her the first movie. She almost lost parts of in it and then, because they were saying it's because she had poor chemistry with Jason Momoa. And I think that her and Jason Momoa have about the same amount of chemistry as a wet fucking sock. But that's just my opinion. You know, um she was saying that, oh yeah, they said they were going to take me out because of we lacked chemistry, but I believe it was because of Johnny Depp's influence in the industry. Well, then how come Johnny Depp's influence in the industry didn't keep him in that Pirates of the Caribbean movie? See, that doesn't work. He couldn't even save his own paycheck, so how he gonna block your paycheck? So really, it's because you didn't have chemistry. But they brought you back. They brought you back. They brought you back. Only to say, now we got to sit here and now we got to figure out what we're gonna do with this movie. To me, it's the same thing that they're trying to do with the Flash movie. The Flash, this dude been getting in so much trouble, Ezra Miller. And the thing is, I liked that kid, but he has some type of issue. He needs some kind of help, and he needs to get help. And I know he's a they them. I'm sorry. They need to get help. Uh, even though some of the things that they have done is harder to forgive. This choking people and threatening people and that sort of thing. You're doing too much, Ezra Miller, especially for having this great big movie that's about to be coming out. And this is going to be a very big payday for them. Instead, now we're wondering if they will even show up in that movie because of how badly they have been behaving. Uh, and I mean poorly, just behaving really poorly. Yeah, WB, they just seem to have a problem. It's a problem. And the problems don't start to arise until after they have cast these people. Uh, yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know what part that Davina was agreeing with. She's like, this baggage is going to carry over into another relationship, just like Erica Badu said. You, you can't get you when bag lady, you gon' miss your bus. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. Yeah, you carrying too much, boo boo. Put some of that ish down. Because that's ugly. And I ain't always been the nicest person in relationships. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you catch up with the right boyfriend, he'll tell you that I was toxic. And at one time I could be considered that. But you spend a little time by yourself, you live, you learn, and you figure out what was triggering you to behave badly in that relationship. And then you move on. When you were the problem, you don't just start talking about somebody was abusive. Okay, well, shoot. I'm trying to figure, girl, what else I got to talk about, Miss D. I don't think I got anything else on my docket. The upfronts were the big news. If you guys want to talk a little bit, and I was talking to y'all about MCU, the Marvel Cinematic University that I'm doing over here on my channel. if you have a character that you would like for me to dive into a little bit more, I am going to open up commissions. You can put those down in the comments below. If you want me to truly consider your thing quickly, like you want one of the first things that I do as far as going over and talking about a character. If you want a specific one done and you want to put some money behind it, I'm gonna do yours first. That is how you catch up with me and you give me some loot if you want to. But make sure that if you cash app me some money, you cash app or PayPal me some money, that you or even super chat me some money. I forgot about super chats. It's been so long since I've gotten one. But if you want to do any of those things, make sure that you put the character as part of of the description when you send me these things, because I want to make sure that I'm doing the characters. And maybe if you want your name to be attached to it, put your name as well. I'd like to do that. But yeah, so there's that. Davina says she's gonna watch Morbius when it comes to streaming. I think it is. I think you can buy it, can't you? You can like rent or I think. Yeah, when it goes down, because right now it's that premium video on demand, so it's like $19.99. It could be $19.99 or more. So I don't have $19.99. So I'm gonna have to wait till that thing come down to like $5.99 or free 99. When it come down to one of those, then I'm gonna watch it, because the reviews and just everything about that movie, I didn't hear no good word of mouth. And some Sony movies I run straight out to see, but this was one I thought I was gonna run out to see, and I didn't. I did not. So there is that. So if there's any characters or any anything in MCU that or yeah, MCU that you want me to expound upon as far as characters go, let me know. I'll do that for you because I like it. I enjoy it. And if you want to put money behind it, I'll do yours first. What else? Join my Discord. Join my Discord. I'm inviting you to do that as well. Send me your topic ideas, suggestions, and feedback at sinister.media.network@gmail.com. I'll appreciate any and all emails and when you guys reach out. Also, tomorrow I will be talking about episode 3? Episode 3 of Strange New Worlds. I'm going to be talking about that one tomorrow at 3 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time for Stream Something Sunday. And I don't think I got a whole bunch else. I've been a lot. Let me tell you, before I cut up out of here, if I sound scatterbrained, it's because I am. It's like I feel like I'm moving 350 miles per minute. And it ain't because of this caffeine. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I'm amped all up. Like I'm really amped. And so yeah, my mind has just been real scatterbrained. But I promise you, I'm gonna get it together. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about Strange New Worlds, and hopefully you guys are all watching it, because it is an excellent show. Even though I'm a nitpick about some things tomorrow. So join me tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, Stream Something Sundays. With all that being said, I've got nothing else. I'm Tasha Pierce saying peace out. Peace out. Peace out.